Blame Truth here, but not really. I'm going to just do this commentary as me, as Anthony. We're going to take this down a notch. We're going to speak as if I'm talking to a gas station cashier or something, my normal everyday voice, my normal everyday cadence. We're going to discuss some things because I don't even really know how to say this as a YouTuber because YouTubers, I mean, guys, we are inherently designed to try to make every video as entertaining as possible. We exaggerate, we can kind of add drama where there is none. I get it and all that, but all of this I'm about to show you is genuine. So this video may be boring for some of you. I'm not going to be shouting or making funny jokes, really. Maybe I will offhand, but for the most part, we're going to be covering some stuff that it's just pretty personal. So I want to be personal with you, right? And we're going to get to some Call of Duty news later. If you want to skip to that, feel free to use the timestamps in the video description, or I think they show up on just the video player seeker bar thing. You put those to use because I do them for you, because I love you, okay? So, without further ado, I guess I'll say this. I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So let's just get right on into the meat and potatoes. After I made my last video, I believe that was April 30th, my Twitter account was hacked, compromised, whatever. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I'm not going to point the finger at the obvious culprit here, who I think it is, but I am a very safe person online. I tend to always have 2FA on everything. I tend to always use different passwords for everything. I tend to always err on the side of caution with clicking any strange links or whatever. In my 18 years of doing this, I've been hacked once. It was my PlayStation account got hacked, and someone bought like a Call of Duty game on there. That was the extent of it, essentially. Other than that, you know, I got that rectified pretty quickly. But yeah, my Twitter was hacked. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. I know that I've made videos saying, like, could this be Activision? It's a little suspect, yada, yada. I'm not going to say any of that. I don't know. But what I do know is that after I made the video on the 30th, my Twitter was hacked. It was hacked in a very strange way, though. I can't even begin to describe it. I'm going to show you guys emails and show you proof. I had a few people saying that I'm doing these things for publicity, which is why I'm coming to you as Anthony, a human being and not a YouTuber, and saying, no, none of the stuff I've showed you in the videos are dressed up or anything. I've showed you direct emails between me and another company that I left anonymous. And I'm going to show you emails again with Twitter support. And normally, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't really care that much about Twitter or my socials, especially as I get older. I just don't care as much. But it's very lame because I had a memorial post for my late, great dog buddy who passed away in February. And, if you watched me back in the day on Twitch, then you know that Buddy was a huge part of the streams. He was a huge part of even my viewers' sort of life in a way. And that's not just for me to kind of mourn him and to show my love and respect for him, but for my viewers. So the fact that this post is it's locked down on this account, like this account's just frozen, essentially. Like, I can't recover that post and put it on a new account. You know what I mean? That doesn't sit well with me. It's really, really lame. And if I can be completely honest, that part is the worst part about it. I don't care about not making money from Twitter. I don't care about ever using Twitter, X, whatever, again, if I'm being honest, but I hate that I don't have access to that, like, post. It was a pinned post on my profile just to always kind of keep his memory alive. And that's really, really disappointing. So anyway, let's talk about the actual quote-unquote hack itself, because absolutely none of it makes sense. If you guys can help me make sense of this, I'd appreciate it, because this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. It almost seems like someone from the inside just changed the email. It doesn't seem like there was a hack at all. Let me explain. But yeah, I'm not really sure how this happened. I have 2FA on my Twitter account. I will show you my screenshots here from my phone. I have that on. I have it set to email me if there's any strange logins as well. I think that's like a default feature on X/Twitter. And yeah, I got neither of these, and I just logged in one day and like the email address for the account was changed, and it's like censored out, asterisked out. And I changed the password quickly, tried to get back into everything, tried it on the app, tried it on desktop. Nothing, no dice. It's some sort of, it's basically just some sort of flaw. Like if the email changes and you haven't verified the email, the account is just locked down. So I email X support and they give me the runaround. They're pretty incompetent. I gave them all the details I possibly could. I mean, I literally gave them the phone number, the email associated with the account, and they said they can't verify it's me. It's just incompetently run, 2025. I mean, it's always been pretty incompetently run, but in 2025 especially, it's pretty bad. I can't really talk to a human being about this, despite making money for the platform, being a verified user or whatever. But yeah, I got no weird like login from a weird location emails. Got no 2FA code. Got nothing. I did get some weird emails saying there's the strange login from this location, but it was me in my location. If that makes sense. So it's literally like someone from the inside just decided to change the email. It doesn't appear like it was compromised at all. It appears like a Twitter engineer just changed my account email, knowing that bricks it, Nothing appears to have been done on the account except this, which I found pretty bizarre. I'll just show it to you. All that was done was they just unfollowed everyone I followed, which seems very painstakingly grueling, honestly. Maybe there's like a script to do this automatically, but I think I had a few hundred people followed, so to go do that, like, just consistently is odd, while nothing else changed. So maybe they got caught changing stuff, the Twitter locked the account down. I have no idea, but that's like the only thing I could see that was done. As far as I'm concerned, the Twitter's dead, and I don't think anyone can help me with this. If anyone can in the comments section, if any work colleague, Call of Duty person that can maybe reach out to someone at Twitter and get this rectified, I would really appreciate it, because as far as I can tell, I can't talk to a human being. And if it doesn't get rectified, I just won't make a new one. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to deal with this. Like, I'm not going to bother with something that's just going to get compromised again, especially when I do have pretty much all of the security measures intact. No support system whatsoever, no support to speak to that's like a human being. It's pretty garbage. Yeah, X is pretty shit in 2025, I'm not going to lie. I think if you are paying for the service, my $8 a month should go to paying, I don't know, an actual human support team to help you out when something like this arises. But what do I know, man? I'm not a cajillionaire like Elon Musk, so fuck it. I guess now's a good time to segue into the Call of Duty news, though, because, man, I'm just going to keep this standard voice going on because, quite frankly, I am tired and I'm fed up with just a lot of stuff going on right now, So I'm just going to keep this a little low-key, a little lower energy. Hope that's okay. Hope it's not boring for you, If it's boring, then hit the dislike button. Move on to the next one. I'll be yelling by next week, I'm sure. But I need to show you guys this, and I want this just to be an appetizer for what is to come. I'm going to show you this, and we're going to come back to it a bit later, okay? But let's just put it up on screen right now. Okay, have you got your fill? Let's continue. We'll come back to this, like I said. So Season 3 Reloaded dropped, and it might be the worst thing I have ever seen. As a lifelong gamer, I wish I was exaggerating there. Sadly, I am not exaggerating there, viewer. I truly do think this is the worst thing I have ever fucking seen. And with the news we got today, and I'll cover that news in a second, it seems like they're just going to double down on this garbage until we leave the game. I think at this point, I'm just going to say this. I think it's up to us collectively, if we want to see this series improve, to completely leave the game, make fun of the game, talk badly about the game. Just don't play the game until things change. And not just things change, but I think we need a public apology. And I'm not kidding. And guys, I hate to say this. I hate to even say this, but it's true. I cannot lie to you. I am so checked out and disgusted with modern Call of Duty, 2025 Call of Duty, that I can't even bring myself. In fact, I refuse. I just flat out refuse to even boot up the game and play it to add a number to their monthly active users. I don't want to play it. It used to be I would download the new season updates or the new season reloaded updates to check out the content, and I would play them, and I would try to play them. The last time I tried that, I lasted about 10 minutes, and then I quit. Now, I'm going so far as to say I don't even want to fucking download the 300 gigabyte shit that is Season 3 Reloaded. I'm going to play a clip from Nero here, and you should go watch his full video. It's one of his best videos I think he's ever done, and it talks about the Season 3 Reloaded update. He goes into it full bore. I simply can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. I'm going to play a clip from his video just to show you what I'm talking about, and you be the judge, all right?
You can collect and get all the score, which gives you all your score streaks. And then, of course, we have everybody's personal favorite, the Weed Vision, man. Like, I posted these screenshots right here to Twitter, and the effect that we have in this game mode is so bad that people thought I messed up my own screenshots. One person even claimed that it was my recording device, but no, this is literally how the game mode looks all the time. It fucks with your vision so bad. You got Seth Rogen stoner giggling as the announcer.
As of making this video right now, I have a pretty bad headache, and just seeing like these weird visual effects just amplifies that. And I'm not even playing the game. I genuinely do not want to play the game. I want to ask you guys something, like real talk, okay? If you are still playing Black Ops 6 multiplayer, or even Warzone, I guess, does any of this appeal to you? There's no wrong answer. I'm not gonna like insult you if it does. Genuinely speaking, like, am I just completely out of touch with the modern Call of Duty audience? Like, the people playing this game, like, are they eating this stuff up? Is this increasing player retention? I checked Steam charts, and it seems to not be moving the needle at all. It's just kind of like the new season didn't even happen. I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, was it worth paying Jay and Silent Bob and I don't know the Jay actor's real name, and Seth Rogen, was it worth paying them like a ton of money? Like, are you getting a proper return on your investment? I just don't understand any of it. I don't get it. On top of all this, though, before I go over some more details about the season, I need to go back to that image I showed you. That was one of the top upvoted posts on the Black Ops 6 subreddit. Let's really look at this image, because if you just glanced at it, guys, I hate to say this, but it gets way worse. Let's just really inspect this. Like, the pot leaf is coming off of the beanie. Is that a physical 3D leaf? I don't think so. I think it's part of the design. The cigarette, and it's not like a joint, it's a cigarette, which is also like, I can't tell where it's lit from, is like in the skeleton's teeth, but not even in it. It's like it's glued onto the tooth. The smoke is coming from not even the eye socket. It's coming from like the side of the head, like the temple. This is a mess. What is a pot star as well? What is a pot star, viewer? Is that like a play on the term porn star? Because that's not a funny pun. It's not clever. That doesn't even make sense. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? It's clearly AI. And it clearly was not checked. Look, I don't hate AI. I think AI is a very useful tool, especially when looking up information and fact checking and whatnot. I think it's a useful tool for even giving you an idea of what you want to do, maybe as an artist. Whatever this is that they're doing is the laziest. What's the point? What is the point of having so many devs if they can't even look at this for 5 seconds and see that it's horrifically fucked up? And you could say that it's a small thing, doesn't matter, it's like a random little texture in a multiplayer map. Guys, you give them an inch, they take a mile. You know this. This is not me making this up. You know that they will take any shortcut, any lazy thing they can do, they will do it. Anything to save money and increase profits while fucking you, the consumer, over, they will do. If you don't believe me, if you think I am just overblowing this, get ready to eat your own hat, because I got something else to show you. This is one of the worst things I have ever seen a company do to an ex-employee. And the sad thing is I don't think the ex-employee even realizes that he's basically been insulted. Just look at this. So Ted Timmons, the former lead guy for Warzone, says this in a tweet. It was very kind of Raven Software to send these even after the fact I'd left. I bloody love these challenge coins, and it's a nice conclusion to the collection. The shirt is AI generated. It seems like the cat even knows. He's sniffing it with a look of disappointment on his face. This is not Ghost. This is some AI Halloween mask. This is just so fucking insulting. Ghost of Hope pointed this out and said, AI shirt bro fucking you. No way these guys are this cheap they can't even use their own assets they've made. Ghost exists. You have pictures of him. What are you doing? I just want to show you a picture of Ghost for context if you'd like to compare. I mean, I don't get it. What is happening there? Like, the people that work on Call of Duty, if you've stumbled across this video or whatever, what is going on there? You cannot be happy with this level of slop. Like, this is indicative of you. You realize that, right? All 4,000 of you, or however many there are now, like 20,000 devs, whatever. This is indicative of how you fail at your job. You understand that, right? You can't possibly be proud of this. And the unfortunate news, which you've probably heard by now, is that GTA 6 is delayed until May 2026. So all we have is Battlefield to hopefully get Call of Duty in gear. But, I mean, you know the people at Activision Blizzard are celebrating that it got delayed another year because what they were going to release this year was absolutely, I mean, you've heard of it. You've heard of it, Black Ops 7. Nothing good is coming out of it, like leak-wise. You know, it's going to be just a shitty DLC akin to how MW3 was a DLC to MW2. The difference is that the same people that brought us the shitty game, Black Ops 6, are making the shitty DLC as well. Sledgehammer isn't cleaning up Treyarch's mess here like they did with Infinity Ward. It's Treyarch cleaning up Treyarch's own mess, and they're going to fail at it. They're going to fail at it because this is not Treyarch anymore. This is Treyarch by name alone. You know, it is. I'm sorry. These devs are pathetic. Kind of close this video out, though. Let's just go over everything they broke. We're going to kind of rapid fire this stuff off because there's a lot to cover. This update seems to have regressed all the progress they made with the OG Season 3 update and the Verdansk re-release. Now, Black Ops 6, I think, is just a lost cause. We're going to cover all I can here, but it's bad, guys. A voice chat bug, originally from MW2 2022, is back. It's where you mute them and it still pops up on the screen, I think, what they're referring to there, so that's great. It's not a huge deal, but quite annoying. Oh, look, they broke something else. This one says, Gamer, you were removed from the match for being inactive. Please participate in the match to avoid being kicked for inactivity. That's meant to go to one person. It's displaying for everyone in the match. So that's nice. FPS issues after update. Was getting anywhere from 280 to 330 FPS consistently before this new update. Now I'm all over the place. Getting like 150 to 220 max with constant drops. Person below him says, it's crazy how poorly optimized this game is. No matter the platform, be it on my PS5 or PC, every menu is laggy, except the shop for some reason, even if we all know why. Create a class while in game works half the time. Scrolling too far in recent players menu sends you back to the main menu. Preloading shaders takes way too long. S&D is beyond bug between no audio bug and can't spawn bug. Seriously, half the time clicking on something a little too fast causes a return to main menu, not to mention the way too frequent crashes on PC. He goes on and on. We're just going to stop there. You get the idea. Glitchy update. Is anyone's game this glitchy after the reloaded update? I can't even search for a match, and my friend can't change the date for a voice ban on PC anymore, even though she could before. Can't search for matches. When I join a game for the first round, all I see is my wallpaper before the game, but I still can't move around. Oh, and on top of that, got Skyline 10 times in a row. Good update using bugged code. Happens every time. They have no quality control. The only playlist that works for me right now is Blazetown, so needless to say, I stopped playing. Man, some of my classes I'm trying to put attachments on, but they just will not work. I'm guessing it's a Blueprint bug. I don't know if anyone said this yet, but did they just completely rip off High on Life? And I had to look up what High on Life was, and I check it out, and the first screenshot that pops up on Google Images says that, yeah, they pretty much just ripped off High on Life. The comments say, I had to double check the sub because when I scrolled past the picture, I thought it was from High on Life. I thought, oh shit, new DLC. Wild Park says, sure did. They sure did rip him off. It's almost as if they are only in it for the money. This person says they have less than zero shame. They literally rip off Apex and Fortnite characters like no one's gonna notice. Their legal department is solely dedicated to copyright law. And one of the cherries on top of the shit sundae here, Ghost of Hope says, is there a delay on shooting your gun with reloaded update, or am I going fucking nuts? The game feels like ass right now. Everything feels delayed. Even when you get knocked, there's a weird pause before your character model drops. Jumping has a floaty feel. Everything is off. Everything feels weird since Season 3. Delay on the entire game, I think, unless I'm tripping too. Notice that with the jet gun, it makes tons of strats straight up impossible, lol. Everything feels off. Plating, mantling, sliding, jumping, all have some weird delay or something going on with them. Everything feels fucked. Nothing feels right about this game now. Shooting a guy and his plates break 3 times, and out of nowhere I'm dead. I get shot and game lags out to the kill cam. Lag, sound delay / echo. Stop running and your footsteps go on another second or 2. And from the COD Warzone subreddit, devs please, I keep hearing there's talk of them limiting access to BR Casual, and I just think that's ridiculous. This mode has been a godsend for me and my other dad friends who play the game. Some are better than others, but at least we get to play together. Yeah, I get that. There's going to be people trolling, but that's with any online game. And I post this last, I put this last because I want you guys to see how like shitty everything is. You know, I'm kind of out of character in this video. I'm just talking to you like a normal dude. I'm not looking for this stuff. I'm not out here searching for like negativity. It's right there in front of my face constantly as a gamer, as a Call of Duty player, as a Call of Duty news channel or whatever. And the one bit of positivity, if you want to call it that, is someone begging and pleading with the devs. Don't take out or change the one good thing you've managed to do in 5 years. That is where we are at with Call of Duty in 2025. And I have to ask you guys, if you're still playing this franchise, genuinely, I want to ask you, why? You have to have something better to do. If you don't think you have something better to do, I assure you, you most definitely do, okay? If you're playing Verdansk with your friends in Casual Royale, I get it. But if you're playing like Black Ops 6, why? What is the point? Are you just a big weed and buggy update and AI-generated slop fan? I'm trying to understand how anyone could like this game, like Black Ops 6, I mean especially, and absolutely nothing is improving. In Nero's video, he covered, if you're wondering about skill-based matchmaking, by the way, he covered that it's sweatier than ever. As the player pool diminishes, it seems that more and more just sweats are on the game for some reason, more sweats and more cheaters. The casual players are back on Fortnite, Roblox, whatever. Pathetic. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as far as my Twitter goes, if anyone can help me out with that, let me know in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it. I don't foresee myself making a new one, though, so if this one doesn't get fixed, I just don't have the time or the energy to keep like trying to get it unbricked, or I don't really want to make a new one. Just don't feel like it. I also appreciate you guys being patient with the sponsorships and the ad reads and stuff. Last year with Buddy's declining health and stuff like that, I spent pretty much all my savings on trying to get him, you know, proper vet care and get him fixed back up and stuff. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'd spend more if I could. If he was still with me right now, I'd live in a box, to be honest with you. But yeah, man. Thank you for the patience there. I appreciate it while I build back up my savings and nest eggs. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. Peace.